Yes, I can hear you now. Well, let's just started. Um, Mr. Zarmian, what are you working on?
Um, I ran some in order to use up Fable. I ran audits against the House of Oi code base and pulled out like 100 and something findings.
Nice.
So yeah, so I'm working through those. Actually, didn't find that much for House of Oi now that I'm looking at it, but I'm working through those. It's like closer to like 40 findings. Um, so yeah, so I'm just gonna I'm about halfway done of fixing all those issues, everything from like performance to front end to general technical debt cleanup and all of that. Um, and then I've been working on Pad, and I got the Android app has been approved. It is on the App Store. I also ran an audit against Pad, and I'm working on those issues. There's there's a bunch of those. Um, and the Apple version is still pending. And then I'm thinking of making like well, I don't know. I was thinking about it yesterday about making like a Mac OS app, like menu bar app that, so you can control the like locally running server if you're running it locally. But I don't know if I really want a lot of effort into that. So I haven't gone, I'm still thinking about it.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, that's about it.
Um, well, the things I'm working on, um, but actually, my current side project is well, it started off as a Dungeons and Dragons virtual tabletop, and now it has exploded, as things do, as you know.
Hmm.
And I'm building a full-blown, like, I mean, single player or multiplayer game, based on the full Dungeons and Dragons rule set, which I fully understand now why nobody has done that because the Dungeons and Dragons rule set is extremely complicated and also not standardized with itself. It's so, but that's still my goal to actually be able to have use the exact same rules. And it's still the ideas was that a virtual tabletop, but where it came from, it was like, oh well, if somebody's new, I want to actually make it so that they know the exact moves that they can do at any time. So I had to build this entire like elegant pub sub state machine for all like feats, skills, spells, and everything, so that it would know what couldn't be done at every single time. And so I built that entire structure. And then I was like, you know what? Now that I have this entire structure, why don't I build like a gaming AI engine on top of it so that you could play one player? And yeah. And so like what when I'm done, you're going to be able to drop down, like you can actually be able to do first thing you can be able to do challenges. You'll be able to pick which character you want, and you'll have to actually do an objective of the scenario, and there will be leaderboards and everything, so people will be able, and then eventually you'll be able to create your own characters and try to complete the scenario with your own characters, everything of that sort. So it's been pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
But yeah. Um,
No, just on my subscription, and it gets used up extremely quickly. So like I tried to do an audit and I would run out of the 5 hour usage before it finished. And then like half of it would be done, and then I'd have to start it again, and you'd lose like half of the work that it did. So basically, very carefully. I think the way to use Fable, especially on a subscription, is to like be very precise, like tell it not to use too many multiple parallel agents and things like that, because once you hit the usage limit, then you have to go like start over again. I don't like using it for actually writing the code or implementing. Um, I prefer Opus for all my like implementation work. I think it's very good at like analyzing an existing code base and giving you um, things to work on. So basically what I'm doing is I'm having it audit the code base. It creates a report as like an HTML artifact, and then and and breaks it down into like different sections, like front end UI work, back end work, security issues, critical vulnerabilities, stuff like that. And then I take that and I tell it to put it all into pad into plans. So then I end up with like 5 different or 10 different plans that each have subtasks, and then I can just have Opus do the implementation work on that. Yeah, I personally don't like using it for actually developing anything because well, I mean, the usage limits are crazy, and then you just don't get much out of it. It's too expensive. I don't use any of them via API currently. I did like AVM Studio uses the Open Router API endpoints. Although I'm considering if I get around to it, I'm considering a whole rewrite of AVM Studio because I've thought about it and I think it would be more useful as a more integrated, like you use similar to like the way Pad works. So Pad is designed to be a dumb application where it has no AI integration itself, but you bring your own harness, your own development environment, and it sort of like works from that. Um, I was thinking that AVM Studio would be nice like that. So instead of having the like built-in chat and everything, it would be essentially like an environment to like supplement your development. So you would connect to it via an MCP server, and then just like it would provide like the documentation, and it would provide a visual place to see the code so that you're not having to look at it. Like it would basically put the code into that instead of locally, maybe both. But it would also like give you those mechanisms to like test your contract and deploy it and manage it, and lean more heavily on that sort of functionality. That's something I've been thinking about, but I haven't actually made any inroads into working on it.
Yeah, use a lot of API because I mean I don't use it for coding, but most of my AI applications that I build have to have API key in it. So I use lots. I use. I mean I've used every single one really. So
Do you
and
just use Anthropic directly, or do you use Open Router?
I use them all directly. I don't like OpenRouter just because like I'm like So, like I said, I use the subscription for my coding, but I use the API keys for integrating AI into all the applications I write. So, well, there- there's no one answer to that. Like the key is, I wrote an article. Let me find it. Let's see here. I think it's. Ba, 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 ba. What is it? Browser first, Boolean system, more electrons. Okay, here we go. I wrote this article here. How can I get the chat here? The key is picking the right model, and because every model, like the key is to actually pick the cheapest one to get the job done, and the best thing to do is actually build tooling for your LLM model so that it can do more with less. And for example, this website that I created, which is awesome. Koki.work. It's a full-blown career counselor for Puerto Rico that has a chat integration baked in with all of the information that's important for being a career counselor, and it literally cost me pennies to for the chat functionality.
So in Puerto Rico, are certain jobs tax exempt? Is that how that works?
Every kid from 16 to 26 is exempt for the first $40,000 they make.
Oh.
But there's a lot of stuff like this. The idea is that it's actually really, there's a lot of incentive for people to actually stay on the island, but they don't know about it. So like I made it so that any kid in high school can actually go here. They can find out like what careers are available, how much they pay on the island, what schools teach it, the tuition for it, which funding programs are there, and actually even I integrated a full job search so you could actually see real jobs for those careers that have openings, and then have a full chat AI on top of it so you can actually just talk to it to get information. Yeah, it's something new. Yeah, but yeah, so I mean, like so I did this just kind of like help the island. And this is the fun thing is that this entire website has been turned into a nonprofit foundation, is being ran by somebody, or in the process of being ran by somebody, and like taken off to with the goal of keeping the smart people on the island, because it's really easy for the smart people to leave Puerto Rico because there's more opportunity, or perceived more opportunity elsewhere. Anyway, that's one thing I built.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, so I'm quite busy, so working a lot on a lot of stuff. So yeah, for example, I created like for the Beatic wallet got a new face. So I did some upgrades there. It has some new features. For example, it has a change log. Then it has also some asset explorer. So if you have like many addresses, now you can find the assets on which addresses you hold it there. So yeah, many things. Also, I'm doing the better redesign for the Beatic DEX. And yep, like being busy.
I met with a member of the council last night, and Scotty, to talk about things. And one of the things that we talked about was just ABM, I believe 13, and waiting for that to be released. So I think what we should do, and I think you're gonna help me, Zarmian, is that we are at, and hopefully bring Henrik in, but if we don't bring Henrik in, it's you and I are going to buckle down and update Voice Swarm. So when 13 comes out, we can upgrade, and that will be like the big push to upgrade the entire network.
Yeah, by the way, we upgraded the Aramid network to the latest consensus. So
Nice.
the so it has the recent all the recent upcalls and everything.
Awesome. I mean, I'm not gonna say no right now, but that's the goal, is that we don't need a relay network anymore.
Do you
Cool.
think
All
so?
right, guys.
I think like it's still needed to have some official peer list where to connect to, or no?
I mean, the whole goal is that there's no peer network because there's no incentivization and it's not truly decentralized unless there's no peer network.
Yeah, but how does the node knows like where to connect to?
It's similar to like how what Bitcoin works, right? Is that there is like an anchor and then it spiders from there, or no?
No, like this anchor is the relay nodes in Aramid context, in the Algodi context.
I don't know enough exactly what the plan is, so I can't really answer. When time comes, I will be very educated with how it exactly works. But I think the idea is that it runs fine without the relay nodes. So if the relay nodes shut down, it still works.
Yeah, I think it needs at least one relay node to run. But
Okay. Well,
yeah, whatever.
that's a lot better than before. All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna move on, get my day going, and I'm here if you need me.
Sweet.
Bye, guys.
See you later. Oh yeah, wider meeting.
Bye bye.